僕らは何回だってきっと僕らは何回だってきっとそう何年だって
Hi everyone, it's Teacher Putri, and for today we're actually going to talk about occupations or jobs. We're going to talk about jobs in this world. We're going to talk about different kind of jobs in this world, and we're going to talk about my dream jobs that I wanted when I was your age, and also jobs that I think I'm going to go for now. We'll also be writing about those jobs, and I'll teach you how. Let's go search our inner occupation and our inner dream together, shall we? Let's go. We will now be reading a story on page 22 and 23. Story time. What do you want to be? Listen carefully. It's career day at school. Carrie's mom is a dentist. She fixes people's teeth. I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning every day. I have a shower, then I get dressed and I have breakfast. At 7 o'clock, I take the train to work. I want to be a dentist too. Joey's dad is a firefighter. He puts out fires and saves people. I drive my car to work. Sometimes I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner at work. Or no, I want to be a firefighter. Monica's mom is a chef. She works in a restaurant. I take the bus to work and I cook all day. Sometimes I go home late. I want to be a chef too. What do you want to be, Dexter? I want to be a cat. Let's read the story again. It's career day at school. Carrie's mom is a dentist. She fixes people's teeth. I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning every day. I have a shower. Then I get dressed and I have breakfast. At 7 o'clock, I take the train to work. I want to be a dentist too. Joey's dad is a firefighter. He puts out fires and saves people. I drive my car to work. Sometimes I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner at work. Or no, I want to be a firefighter. Monica's mom is a chef. She works in a restaurant. I take the bus to work and I cook all day. Sometimes I go home late. I want to be a chef too. What do you want to be, Dexter? I want to be a cat. Now let's listen to the story. I will now play a video. Pay attention to the story.
Career day at school. Kerry's mum is a dentist. She fixes people's teeth.
I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning every day. I have a shower. Then I get dressed and I have breakfast. At 7 o'clock, I take the train to work.
I want to be a dentist too.
Joey's dad is a firefighter. He puts out fires and saves people.
I drive my car to work. Sometimes I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner at work.
Oh no, I want to be a firefighter.
Monica's mum is a chef. She works in a restaurant.
I take the bus to work and I cook all day. Sometimes I go home late.
I want to be a chef too. What do you want to be, Dexter?
I want to be a cat.
What is the story's value? Every job is important. No matter what job it is always important because without someone, the world cannot function. There must be someone doing that job or the world will be in chaos. That is why, no matter what job you want, you should believe in yourself and go for it. And also, you should not belittle people for having jobs that do not meet your standards or your dream, because every job is important. Now let's talk about the different kinds of jobs in this world. Some are unusual, some are common, but all of them are important and necessary. Let's check it out. The first from the left is an athlete. Athlete. Engineer. Engineer. Soldier. Soldier. Doctor. Doctor. Worker. Worker. Teacher. Teacher. Dancer. Dancer. Postman. Postman. Now a brief description. An athlete. A person who represents the country or state in a sports event. Engineer. Someone who maintains, installs, modifies products or a system. Soldier. Someone who keeps the country safe from terrorists or fights in wars for the country. Doctor. Someone who treats sick patients. Worker. At construction works, people who build buildings, houses, or even railway systems, roads, and much more. Teacher. Someone who educates people. Dancer. Someone who is an entertainer, entertaining people through dance, or someone who is a professional dancer, joining competitions to gain titles. Postman. Someone who delivers letters and parcels. From the left. Policeman. Policeman. Writer. Writer. Baker. Baker. Architect. Architect. Astronaut. Astronaut. Chef. Chef. Nurse. Nurse. Referee. Referee. Policeman. Someone who maintains public order and safety and also investigate crimes. Writers write, edit manuscripts, magazines, books for entertainment or research purposes. Baker. Someone who makes baked goods to sell or as a hobby, or also an instructor. Architect. Someone who designs public structures, buildings, and houses. Astronaut is someone who is trained to pilot a spacecraft, do space exploration, and also research on life in space. Chef is someone who plans and oversees the menu, food quality, and supplies in a restaurant. A nurse is someone who checks a patient's vitals, communicate with patients and doctors, and also give out medicine. Lastly, a referee is someone who is responsible during a game to enforce law such as red cards, rejection, ejections of players. Here is a quiz to know other occupations that I did not list just now. It will give you description and also pictures. Try your best to identify the occupations before it gives you the answer. Once you're done with the quiz, we can play Guess That Occupation. Now let's try.
明日世界は終わるんだって君にはもう会えないんだってまたいつかって手を振ったって叶わないんだよ仕方ないね明日世界は終わるんだってそれならもうその時まで何度でもずっと好きな音を鳴らそう薄暗闇に包まれた見覚えのない場所目を覚ますここは夜のない世界今日で終わる世界そんな日にあなたに出会った好きにしていいとそれだけ残してどこかへ行く
美しく思えないといつかは消えてしまうの。これで終わりだなんて不思議な気持ちになるけど元気でね。いつもと違うテンポで笑う君は今何を考えてるの。わざとらしくしおれた空気少し息が震える。今まで話したこと全て覚えてはいないけれどありがとうの言葉とごめんねとうまく伝えられなかったからこんな結末を迎えたのならごめんね遅すぎたね。君に届けたこの愛を言葉に乗せる毎日を息苦しく思えちゃうほどいつから変わってしまったの。これで終わりだなんてまだ信じられないけれど元気でね。言葉が出てこないな。ここからはもう一人で出会わなければなんてそんなの持っていないよ。だから笑って笑ってよね。君に届けたこの愛を言葉に乗せる毎日を美しく思えないといつかは消えてしまうの。これで終わりだなんて不思議な気持ちになるけど元気でね。君にもらったこの愛もこの手で触れた毎日もあんまりにも美しいから涙が溢れてしまうよ。これで終わりだねって最後の言葉になるけどありがとうね。
Now that you know all sorts of occupations, we can play the game Guess That Occupation. You will be given a description of a job. Read it properly and guess what job that is. Good luck, try your best.
明日世界は終わるんだって君にはもう会えないんだってまたいつかって手を振ったって叶わないんだよ仕方ないね。明日世界は終わるんだってそれならもうその時まで何度でもずっと好きな音を鳴らそう。薄暗闇に包まれた見覚えのない場所目を覚ますここは夜のない世界今日で終わる世界そんな日にあなたに出会った好きにしていいとそれだけ残してどこかへ行くあなたの音が遠ざかってくそしてまた一人よどんだ空気の中でありふれたあの日々をただ思い返す終わりが来るこ た記憶奏でる音が連れてきた思い出気がつけば止まったピアノいつの間にか流れた涙続きを鳴らそうありふれたあの日々をただ思い返す終わりが来ることを待つ世界で辛い過去もやる記憶も忘れられないメロディーもさよならなんだ今ここで好きなようにただ音を鳴らす最後の日に二人きりの街でありふれたあの日々をただ思い奏でる音が重なり響く明日世界は終わるんだって明日世界は終わるんだってもしも世界が終わらなくって明日がやってきたならねその時は二人一緒になんで
終電はもうないよこれからどうしようかなんて迷い込みたいな二人で終点なんてないの明日のことなんてほら今は考えないでよねいつもと同じペースで歩く街に
I will now be talking about my dream jobs since I was young and my dream job now. So, dream jobs. I'm sure everyone has a dream job that they want to do, but for me, I think my dream job was very mixed up. Like, it was from one point, another point, another point, another point. It was just so random and so weird that it didn't connect. You know, there was no like, oh, okay, this makes sense on how I got here. But my dream jobs all were so random that it didn't even make sense how I got to where I am right now. So, dream jobs, let's start from the very beginning. When I was small, like I think 7 to 8 years old, I obviously wanted to be a princess. I thought being a princess was something like a normal job. You can apply to be a princess and live in the castle happily ever after kind of thing. So that was my dream job. I wanted to be a princess because my name Putri, it was so weird if I wasn't a princess, right? So yeah, that was my first dream job, to be a princess. And then the next dream job I had was actually when I watched Barbie in the Fashion Fairy Tale. Yeah, that one, if you know it. Just a picture. Barbie in the Fashion Fairy Tale. How they like, there's like shimmer, shine, shimmer, glimmer, and they were fashion designers, right? And I thought their dresses and their clothes were all really cool. And I thought it's very easy to design your own clothes and like to be a fashion designer and to live in Paris, open your own store, you know, all that drill. So when I watched that movie, I was convinced. I thought to myself that this is what I wanted to do. I want to design my own clothes just like this Barbie movie. And I think after I made that decision, I had this like photo album, and then that was when every time my grandfather bought magazines or newspapers, I would see if there was people wearing nice things or like nice clothes that was on sale inside the newspaper. I would cut it and I would put it in the photo album. I would paste it in the photo album, and there was this like like so many randoms. I even cut out like from Lego magazines, you know, the things that the Legos were wearing. I put that inside my album, and I think I still have that album, but I have no idea where it is. But when I made a decision, after I like grew up a bit, I think that was when I was 10, when I grew up a bit, I looked back at the album and I was like, these clothes are so weird. I was like, why did I even paste it? It's not like I was like drawing my own clothes, because fashion designer, they design their own clothes, like they draw it and then they make it to real life. I was just pasting clothes that was already, you know, produced, already designed. So I did not know what I was doing, but my dream was to be a fashion designer and open a store in Paris. And after that dream was, I realized it didn't fit me because I don't even know how to sew. I don't even know how to sew anything. Let me just, this is my stitch, and it lost this ear, you know, and this ear is falling off, but I have no idea how to stitch it. So when this ear came off, I couldn't stitch it, so I had to throw it away, the ear, because we were on a holiday. I bought this on the first day of my holiday in Langkawi, and when the ear fell off, there was a sewing equipment, but there's no one around me who could sew, and I wanted to sew, but I didn't know how, so I just sew it how I thought was right, and the ears fell off, and it was like dirty and stuff, and I had to throw it, so that was disappointing. My next dream job after fashion designer was actually archaeologist. In case you don't know what archaeologist is, it's sort of like someone who digs up. They go to like pyramids or the desert, or like deep in the jungle, to places where people don't go or don't discover yet. They go to those type of places and they dig up artifacts or things that was in the past, you know, like temples, skeletons, bodies. Like if you watched people digging up dinosaur bones, yeah, that was what archaeologists do. They find old things and try to study it, you know, to see what happens in the past. That was what I wanted to do. So I would go to bookstores and buy a lot of dinosaur books. Like in my house there's so many dinosaur books, and that dream didn't like, I didn't do it because I didn't know how. Not like I didn't know how to dig or anything. There was no channel for me to apply to be an archaeologist, or there was not many people who talked about archaeology in Malaysia, so that dream just like died. And then I decided to become a zoologist. A zoologist is a person who studies animals. I love animals so much, so much. I just sometimes, of course there are a few animals that I'm scared of, absolutely scared of, like lizards and frogs, but like other animals I think I'm okay with, except those two. I think I'm fine. And I wanted to study animals, so I bought a lot of books about animals. I bought how like dictionaries and encyclopedias about animals, and I couldn't do that dream. There was a course for zoology in Malaysia, but when you're in Form 5, you had to do biology, physics, and chemistry, and I was only good in biology and I was not good in physics and chemistry. But to enter a science course, you had to be good at all three. So because I was not good in the other two, I couldn't apply for that course. And that's my dream job so far. The job that I'm aiming for, or like I'm working for right now, is to be a writer or a journalist, and that's why I'm taking TESOL. I want to write a book, my own book. I love reading, and hopefully if I have the chance, I want to write a book and I want people to read it. And if you're watching this in the future from now, when I succeed into writing my own book, I hope you can look at this video and say I made it. And I think that's all for my dream jobs. So let's write about my current dream job in the next segment. Let's write about our dream job. I will be showing you mine. Try your best to write your own.
このように過ぎる日々にあくびが出るさんざめく夜越え今日も渋谷の街に朝が降るどこか虚しいようなそんな気持ちつまらないなでもそれでいいそんなもんさこれでいい知らず知らず隠してた本当の声を響かせてよほら見ないふりしていても確かにそこにある感じたままに描く自分で選んだその色で眠い空気まとう朝に訪れた青い世界好きなものを好きだという怖くて仕方ないけど本当の自分出会えた気がしたんだ手を伸ばせば伸ばすほどに遠くへ行く思うようにいかない今日もまたは正しくもがいてる悔しい気持ちをただ情けなくて涙が出る踏み込むほど苦しくなる痛くもなる感じたままに進む自分で選んだこの道を思いまぶたこする夜にしがみついた青い誓い好きなことを続けることそれは楽しいだけじゃない本当にできる不安になるけど何枚でもほら何枚でも自信がないから描いてきたんだよ何回でもほら何回でも積み上げてきたことが武器になる周りを見たって誰と比べたって僕にしかできないことはなんだ今でも自信なんかないそれでも感じたことない気持ち知らずにいた想いあの日踏み出して初めて感じたこの痛みも全部好きなものと向き合うことで触れたまだ小さな光大丈夫行こうあとは楽しむだけだ全てをかけて描く自分にしか出せない色で朝も夜も走り続け見つけ出した青い光好きなものと向き合うこと今だって怖いことだけどもう今はあの日の透明な僕じゃないありのままのかけがえのない僕だ知らず知らず隠してた本当の声を響かせてよほら見ないふりしていても確かにそこに今も
Now that we're done, let's read about it. My Dream Job by Teacher Putri. I am now 20 years old. There is a lot of things that I have to think about. However, the biggest problem or stone that I must cross is thinking about what I want to do. Since I'm getting older, I don't have time to dream about something anymore. I have to start making a choice. After thinking long and hard, I realized that being a writer is for me. Although I have always wanted to write my own book, I have made the choice to start by being a journalist first. After finishing my course here, I am planning to continue my studies in New York University. I have been thinking on applying for their journalism course since that is the road that I am heading in. I haven't really thought about what type of journalist that I want to be, but I do have my eyes set on a few choices, such as travel journalism, media journalism, or beauty journalism. Although I have all these choices, I think travel journalism will suit me best. I love writing about my experience, and I absolutely love to travel. If I get paid to do the two things I love the most, I would be more than happy. I also believe travel journalism would be good since people can search me up when they want to do research about the place they would like to visit. Even though I'm doing it for my own pleasure and benefit, I still think it's beneficial to everyone else since my experience can help a person plan their trip and avoid mistakes or problems before visiting another country or state. That is why I believe being a journalist will be the best job for me and why I have decided that it's my dream job. Share your dream job in the comments below. I want to see if you want to be a journalist too. Well, that's it for this week's video. Looking forward to see you at the next. Teacher Putri out.